What's going on, guys? Today we got this four-wheeler. It's a Chinese off-brand. I think it says ZD or something like that. It's just a generic Chinese 150 four-wheeler. It's a two-wheel drive. I bought a Polaris Sportsman 90 and this one for $300, so you can say $150 a piece. This one is in better shape than the Polaris, so I'm gonna start working on this one first. I just got back from picking them up. I really didn't look at anything other than just give them a quick look, and I did on this one open up the oil to check the oil, and it was full of gas. It's still full of gas, so I guess the carburetor was leaking over time, and it went to the crankcase and it went all the way in the engine, so the engine's probably full of gas. I'm gonna have to drain that out, put some oil in it, drain that out after a little bit, and just maybe do an oil change 2-3 times just to get all that gas out of there. But it's not too big of a deal as far as the engine goes. I'm not too worried about that. That's why I didn't care about it. The wheels are in really good shape. The actual four-wheel, the plastics are in really good shape. I mean, they're just the weather, the being outside in the sun turns that plastic like that, but we can sand that down and burn it and it'll come back right to life. Everything else looks okay. The guy said that they got it to run, and they were going to go do a ride, load it up, got to where they were going to ride, we're going to start again. He said a little spark, and they never messed with it again. So we're going to start that, but first we're going to start draining the oil and the gas, mainly gas. It's not really a whole lot of oil in there, it's just gas. We're going to drain that gas and then put some new oil in it, and then we're going to check the spark and see if we can get it to turn over. It doesn't have a battery, but I'm going to grab the battery from another four-wheeler and put it in there and just see what happens if it turns over and whatnot. So follow me on this journey. This is going to be the generic Chinese four-wheeler. There might be more than one part. I might be able to get it running just on this part, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so I got your little closer, and I want you to look at this. I'm going to open this up, and you'll be able to see the gas coming out of it, which you can see all this is wet. That's when I opened it. I'm going to take you a little closer here, and you can see that right there. That's all gas. There's no oil. It's literally just gas. So I'm going to drain that out. I'm going to put this right here, and you can see how wet all that is. When I open it, it just drained and pour all over the place. The drain plug for the oil is right underneath here. I think it's a 15 or 16 millimeter. I'm going to drain that out, and then we're going to add new oil and go from there. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and drain this. There's a bolt right underneath where you fill the oil or check the oil, and we're going to loosen that up. It's either a 17 millimeter. So let's go ahead and loosen that up. Let me get in here. And you can see that's pouring out. It's straight up gas. At least it's gonna be clean. I don't know how good it is for the engine, but I don't think it's bad. As long as they didn't run it like that, it shouldn't be such a big problem. I'm gonna drain it, and I'm gonna leave it open for a while, just to make sure all the gas comes out. I can't see if there's any metal, which there might be. I'm not entirely sure. Let me put that right there. I don't know if there's a metal screen in here. It doesn't seem like it. But if you look at my hands, that's just gas. Straight up gas. I'm gonna leave that open for a few minutes, let everything drain out, and then we're gonna add some. I'm not gonna add new oil right away. I got some used oil that I'm gonna put in here just to clean everything out, drain it, put some more in it, drain it, and then afterwards, if I get it running, or when I do get it running, I'm gonna put some brand new oil in it. There's no sense of wasting brand new oil in it right now. I'm just gonna be dumping it out after it turns over for a little bit. So yeah, stay tuned. While that oil is draining, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the spark plug, and just make sure when I turn it over there's nothing in the cylinder, so it's not gonna hydrolock. if there's any gas in there, which there might be, or maybe there won't be if it's all the way down now. So let's go ahead and remove the spark plug. It's in this location right here. Put the spark plug socket in there. And as you can see, well, I don't know, I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's completely wet, and it's gas. It's completely full of gas, and it looks like the gap on this spark plug, it's off. It's not very clear. The gap on this looks like it's a little off. I'm not sure. These two prongs here are more apart than this top one, and I believe they're all supposed to be the same, but I'm not sure. I'm not gonna mess with it just yet. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna dry this spark plug up, and then we're gonna put some oil. I got some used oil, car oil. That's the only one I had at the moment, so I'm gonna use that up, just let it go through. I'm not too worried about using used oil right now, and if it's the right one or not, I'm not worried about it as long as it has oil in it, and we can just circulate it, get rid of that gas. It doesn't matter what oil is in it. I'm not gonna waste, like I said, brand new oil on this right now. All right, guys, I got this funnel here. I'm gonna put some oil. It doesn't matter what kind of oil. Like I said, I'm not too worried about it. I just want to be able to pull all the gas out of it. So I'm just pouring some oil in there. It's just electric start. I would want to turn it over to get all the gas out, but I'm just gonna leave it like that, let that oil drain, the one that I just put in, and then I'm gonna put the cap back on there, the oil drain plug, and we're gonna fill it up, make sure it's got enough oil in it, and we're gonna turn it over. Go ahead and put the battery in there and see if we got any spark. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and install this used battery. It's from a different four-wheeler, and we're gonna try that out. So let's go ahead and remove the seat. It's got a little clip on the back. We can remove the seat, set that to the side, and let me see if you can actually see that there. So you can. It's got a bunch of cables. Not necessarily sure which ones you need just to get it to run. It looks like they got a pretty big mess here. I'm not entirely sure what they got going on. So let's go ahead and unwrap this and see what they got here. So it looks like they bypassed the fuse by just getting the bottom end of the fuse and running it through, and this wire is frayed. So that's something we're gonna have to keep an eye on, make sure it doesn't touch anything. And that's a spider sack with eggs or whatever. We got two green ones, so I believe these are the ground, and these are the positives. So let's go ahead and put that on there. All right, guys, so we got the battery back on. I don't know if that battery's got a whole lot of charge in it, but let's go ahead and flip it on. It's on. Looks like the lights turn on. The front headlight turned on, so that's a good sign. That's the switch to run, and let me see the spark plug here. First, I'm just gonna try to see if it turns over. Maybe safety. Maybe you have to press the. Oh, it turns over. Feels like it wants to go forward. I don't know how the gearing works on this. I believe it should just be. It shouldn't be. It should be automatic. I don't think there's any gear switching. So it turns over. That's good. I don't see any choke. I don't see a choke cable, so it might not have any. I know it doesn't have any gas, so let's go ahead and add gas. But first, let's see if we got spark. I do not see any spark. Let me bring it over here. No spark. So he might have told me the truth as far as sparks. Alright guys, so I tried a different spark plug and no luck, still no spark. So I actually have another coil sitting from a different motor. I'm gonna try that coil first. There's ways to test them, but if I already have it, I'm just gonna go ahead and swap them out and see if that does anything. I'm gonna go ahead and take the coil out, which in this bike everything seems to be really easy to access other than the carburetor, but we'll leave that after. So let's go ahead and loosen up these 8mm bolts right here and get the coil out. I installed a new coil and it didn't make a difference, so I went ahead and took the plastic cover off, which is just this cover right here. I took that plastic cover off and you can get to the magneto and stator. Took the plastic cover off, that's holding there by 4 bolts, and then you got this signal creator right there. It's held in there by 2 bolts, and now we gotta remove this magneto, and the magneto is held in there by this center nut right here. It's a 17mm. You want to use an impact for this. I got this regular impact driver. I'm gonna try with this first. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna have to get a air impact and try it with that. Usually that's what you want to use, because these things, they like to spin backwards. So if you're trying to loosen it up, it's gonna just spin on you. So we'll try that and see how that goes. Hopefully it'll just come right off. I am gonna stick this in here just in case, and there you go. It came right out. It's just a 17mm nut. So we're gonna put this here, and for this here, you're gonna have to buy a pulley puller, or this right here, harmonic balancer puller. You have to have this. If you don't have this, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to get this out. So this is it right here. We're gonna find which bolt goes in there, and we're gonna pull that out. I'm gonna go ahead and clean these up just a little bit, and then we're gonna install the new one. Alright, that should be good. We're just gonna leave it like that now, and we're gonna go ahead and install the coil, the stator. Oh. just want to make sure that's tight. You don't have to go crazy on it. I'm sure this aspect for it, but just make it tight, not too tight, because it is aluminum, I think. So it's gonna strip fairly easy. All right, once you get those bolts in there, next is the magneto. Got it right here. Magneto's a little dirty. We're gonna go ahead and clean the inside as well. There's a lot of dirt that can possibly cause some problems. Alright, now this goes in. It does have a keyhole right there, or key wedge. I'm trying to show you right there. That lines up with the motor here, so make sure you get that lined up. Could be a little difficult sometimes. We're gonna go ahead and the pickup goes over here, or the sender right there. Now we're gonna go ahead and tighten this magneto. Now when we took it off, there was a washer right there and the nut. Let's go ahead and put that in there. And we're gonna use the impact to get it in. Seems like my battery's dead. Fairly tight. Again, just fairly tight, nothing crazy. It is aluminum, and it's Chinese aluminum. Alright, that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that over just a little bit. And everything looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this up. I'm gonna put the fan in there. Well, actually I'm not. I'm gonna leave it like that for now. I want to see if it has spark. So I'm gonna plug this up on the other side just momentarily. I'm not gonna run it through. I might run it through here, but not how it's supposed to. And we're gonna see if we got spark. All right, guys, we have everything installed. Now we're gonna see if we got spark. So let me go ahead and turn it on. Oh yeah, we got spark. I don't know if you guys were able to see that. Let me see if I can show that a little bit better. Oh yeah, it's got spark. This spark plug doesn't show it as well on camera. I do have another spark plug somewhere here. I believe this one's gonna show it just a little bit better. Oh yeah, you can see that. Let me start it again. Oh yeah, we got plenty spark. That's awesome. So there you go, guys. I'm gonna put the fan back on. I'm gonna get the cover back on. Still has the oil in it, and I got my portable gas tank, so we might try to get it running. I'm almost certain that's gonna start, so let me put everything back on here, and we'll try to add gas and see if it starts. Let's shut this off. I'm gonna have to put the spark plug in there and just see if it starts up. The carburetor is probably gonna need to be clean. I'm gonna leave that for later. I might make a video on it, maybe not. It's not, depending on how it goes and how it runs, we're gonna do that. But let me go ahead and put the plastics on the fan, and we'll get back to that. So to put the plastic on, this here, it's only held in there by 4 bolts. Let's go ahead and put this back in here. That's awesome. When things work out, makes me happy. Okay, right there. Let me get this one in there. Actually, let me get this and this right here. 150 bucks. You can technically say 150 bucks. I give 300 for 2 4-wheelers. Figured this one would be easier to fix. The other one, a lot of the wiring has been cut. It's missing a couple of things. It's gonna be a little harder to fix that one, but it is a Polaris Sportsman 90, and those are actually more desired. I see them going for about 800 to 1200 bucks online, and the plastics on there are perfect. There's nothing wrong with the plastic. Tires are in really good shape. It's all wiring issues on it, and wiring, brakes, and I believe the chain broke off or something else wrong with it. Let me tighten these up. This don't require a whole lot, just a little bit. It's plastic at the end of the day. Alright, let's go ahead and put the cover. I believe this goes, there's only one way you can go, it's this way. So let's go ahead and try to slide this in here. Okay, and this one, it's got 2 bolts, one on the top, one on the bottom, and it's got the 2 at the front right here. One here, one at the bottom, and the 2 at the front. And that should be all for that. And the 2 on the front here. Alright guys, so I got this portable gas tank here. I'm gonna wrap it around here just to make it shorter. And I'm gonna add some gas. I talked about this portable gas tank here on my last video when I was working on a 1992 Honda CB. And if you work on anything like this thing, it's a must. You gotta have that. Turn that on, and we're ready to see if it's gonna fire it up. Switch on. Ignition on, battery on, and let's see. Oh, it's already wanting to fire it up. I might have to give it gas. There it is. I think the carburetor is probably gonna have to be worked on, but we got, it's alive. I'm having to hold the throttle in just to keep it running. Carburetor's cover, I'm gonna have to take this plastics off. But you can see it wants to go. The carburetor's probably gonna have to be worked on, so I might make a video on that, maybe not. It's just cleaning the carburetor. There's about 1 million videos of those, so yeah guys, we got spark. We fixed this. It wasn't such a big deal. One thing I want to say is I went through all the connectors in here, and I found some pins that were bent, and somebody's worked on it. Obviously, somebody tried to get it to run, and when they were putting the plugs back in, they might have bent them a little bit. Whenever you get something like this, go through every single plug, make sure the pins are not bent out and they still go in pretty good. Other than that, I think we got a pretty good deal here. I'm gonna run it like this with the oil in there and try to get all that gas out, and then I'm gonna do another oil change, and hopefully we get it running and running good, and we can ride it around. I got a little trail out here. One of these days I'll throw on the GoPro and take you guys on my little trail on my backyard so you guys can see that. But thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. If you have any questions about this, I'll try to help you guys out and answer some questions. Obviously I don't know everything, but I'll try my best. Alright guys.